explain Salford. Scholes, the rest of the class of '92 are out. How's that come about? What's happened?
I mean, obviously Peter...
Got no money left.
Get your money back. No!
Peter Lim made us aware of the fact that he wanted to step away from Salford. He's been incredible with us for sort of like 10, 12 years, and we had to basically find new owners. A big announcement yesterday. We've been working on bringing together a partnership over the last 3 or 4 months, and we finally got it announced. It got EFL approval on Wednesday. The club that Peter wanted was one that was run by the class of '92 that was heavily influenced. I think this one is going to be different. We are going to bring in an operating team who've got different levels of expertise in different industries. And I think there's a sort of different element of planning. We want obviously the club to be successful on the pitch as a priority, but we have got to think about commercial growth and revenue, and we have got to think about the infrastructure and spend that we do on the stadium and the training ground. We're not going in today to saying that there's going to be wholesale changes, but what we are going to say is that we will be bringing in a CEO, and that CEO will have authority to be able to run the club and deliver success and deliver to the business plan that we've got with the shareholders. You know, the old chapter was fantastic, just over 10 years, 4 promotions, loads of success, great times, enjoyed every minute of it, but obviously when Peter left last year, it's quite obvious that we had to move forward in a different direction.
You look at sort of what Wrexham are doing, because you're talking about being more sustainable. So does that mean that there's less money coming into the club? So it's not an idea of... Because when I looked at it, like you and Bex were involved, people from America, I was thinking, oh, they want to go and do what sort of...
Jamie, that's what everyone thinks.
To make Salford a Football League club, I think, was no mean feat.
I think it's very different than Wrexham and Birmingham. I mean, you're talking hundreds of millions going into those clubs.
We found it difficult with the sort of budgets that we've had in the last 5 years.
That's not what we're looking to do with Salford, to be
It's
fair.
not going to be like that.
No,
it's going to be more sustainable.
Just being an owner of a football club is very expensive, and all of us have put significant funds into the club in the last 10, 11 years.
We just need to change the model of the club slightly, in fact quite a bit.
We needed to make sure that we came into business with a group of people that we trusted at Salford City, and that was the most vital thing. We have to make sure we design a new strategy for the club going forward, and we've got the right shareholders to do that. We came into this together 10 years ago, and whilst some of the lads are not shareholders anymore, they'll still continue to contribute to the club in ways in which they have done.
I'm going, I'm getting out there. Let's go out and do it. You're not going to ask me if Messi's coming here for on loan, are you, over Christmas? That'd be very nice, wouldn't it? Do you think he'd be able to handle this pitch? He's just asked whether Messi can come here from Inter Miami in November. I'm not quite sure that's going to happen. But we can dream, can't we? We can yeah.
Hey, but we could start a rumour, couldn't we?
We could. We just have.
My question would be, what will be sustainability then? Do you mean literally that
I think closing...
you won't spend any more than the money you get in?
No, I mean, look, that is sustainability. But I think it's madness what's going on. Absolute madness. I interviewed Jim Ratcliffe 3 months ago, and he's absolutely telling me that Manchester United were running out of cash, which they were. We could all see it coming. And he's had to put 300 million quid in to keep Manchester United afloat. There is over £20 million gone in this football club, and we've written off all our loans into the football club. There's no debt on this football club apart from a small loan on this stadium from HSBC. The model of a football club that I believe in is that you should try and get to a point whereby your revenues match your costs. That's what you'd like to be, so that ultimately we're punching above our weight, we're reducing our player costs, but we're competing at a level that's acceptable. But the main thing we have to do is grow our revenues. Our revenues are the lowest, I think, Jonathan, aren't they, in the whole league? Second lowest in the whole league. Partly, a number of things. One, our ticket prices are relatively low and our crowds are relatively low, and we've only got so we've got 3 forms of revenue basically. We have commercial revenue, we have the money that's passed down from the Premier League that every club gets in League Two, and then we have the match day revenue. But we can potentially propel them to a different level with this new ownership of what we want to try and do. Now, if we were putting in between us 100,000 a year and it was $1 million loss, I think we would see that as being relatively sustainable in football terms, because it's money that we can afford to put in, grateful and privileged. But I used to go over to Singapore every single year, and when we got promoted, there was a nice thing to say to Peter because we got promoted and that's what he wanted. But if you don't get promoted, you feel guilty, you feel like you've not achieved. But this is football. It's an erratic game that doesn't give you anything. You know, it just doesn't give you anything that you want when you want it. You have to work bloody hard for it. You have to make the right decisions. So it's in the interest of this football club to become sustainable so that this football club can be healthy for 30, 40, 50 years. I want to go to the Championship. That is our ambition. But on the other hand, we've got to be sensible in how we get to the Championship and make sure we do it in terms of getting there in the right way, because I don't want to run a football club or be part of a football club that has these huge losses. And so basically the club's now in hands of people that I trust, that I know will put the money in, that I know will take this club forward in this next 5 years. It's a democratic, social model whereby I think we've got one party that have got 20%, the next highest is 10%, and a few of us have got 5%. But we have to have over 75% of the votes to make something go through. We take this really seriously. You know, we've created a Football League club together between all of us, and there's a big sort of population in Salford of 330,000 people, and I think that we can achieve great things together if we bring that sort of spirit back. Right, thank you all for coming. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
There's no doubt that a lot of things are going to change in the next 12 months. People that you're working with, they do want to be brought along on the journey, but they also want you to be very sure about what you're doing and how you're doing it.
Yeah, thank you.
This project now is what, 12, 13 years old?
Who's this pen? Who's this pen? There you go, mate.
And I can't wait for the next 5 years now, but there's a lot to do.